and welcome back to my channel. Or hi, hello, if you're new here, hi, hello, and welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by, checking out me and my YouTube channel for today's video. I'm really excited because I'm going to be doing this really cool rainbow eye look that I found on Google Images. So if you want to achieve this look, get out your makeup brushes, and let's go ahead and get started. For this eyeshadow look, I'm going to be using my James Charles palette. I know, okay. But honestly, I just really like the colors in the palette, and I can't keep track of who and all is being canceled. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take the shade at Single. Single is just a purple shadow in this palette. I pretty much have every shadow name memorized in this little palette. You can use any type of a rainbow palette that you have at home. But this is just the one that I'm going to be using today. I'm going to take the shade Single onto like this little small detailed crease brush, and I'm going to get a little bit more of that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this right into the center, like right there. Kind of make like a little dot, if you will, with the shadow. What we're going to do is hopefully mimic the rest of the colors around the purple, so it's kind of like an actual rainbow, like it arches, or at least that's what this is supposed to look like. Now my dots might not be as symmetrical with one another. Well, they're definitely not symmetrical with one another, so I might have to go back in and make them a little bit bigger. Just critique them as you go. Also too, I really recommend doing your eyeshadow before you do your foundation, because there's going to be tons of fallout and it's just going to make cleanup a lot easier. I'm going to dip into the shade Playground. Playground is just a blue shade. You can use any blue shade that you have. And we're going to go around the purple with this color. I'm just going to use the same brush that I used earlier. Now, if it overlaps, that's okay. That's perfectly fine. It's what it's supposed to do. So, don't worry about that. And it's going to make blending a lot easier, too. I probably should have practiced this before I did it, but oh well. You live and learn. I don't always practice things. I just wing it. And if it looks good, it looks good. But hopefully y'all will understand like the concept that we're going for. I take a small little blending brush really quickly. I'm just going to fuse out these edges and just blend the shadows together. So how is everybody's June going? Mine's going okay, I guess you could say. I'm really excited for July because I'm going to be going on vacation this summer. I've not had a vacation in 2 years. So I'm very excited about that. Well, I did go off earlier this year to the mountains in Tennessee. I did do that, and that was fun, but I haven't been to the beach in 2 years, so I'm very excited about that in July. Now that we have that blended out, what I'm going to do is go into the shade Social Blade. It's just a lime green shade in the palette. I'm going to take that onto the e.l.f. Detail Crease brush. Should I use this brush or should I use this brush? I'm going to switch. I'm going to use this brush later. I'm going to switch. Sometimes I do this like in real life, so it's no biggie that I just did that. Sometimes I do that in real life, so I'm just going to take that into the same brush that we've been using, and I'm going to go around the blue with this shadow brush, and we're going to blend out after I do that. But again, just go around the edges of the blue, and don't worry about it looking super duper perfect. If it looks a little sloppy, it just adds a little bit pizzazz to the look. But when I saw this last night on Google Images, I was like, I I have to recreate that because that is pretty. I just really love doing these rainbow looks for y'all. I look forward to June just so I can play around with shadow looks. Plus, too, I think everybody's going to be able to wear these to, like, parades and stuff this year. So I think people's allowed to do that this year. I don't know. I know some places are. I know some places aren't. I'm going to take that blending brush again. I want to know, like, how things in your state going. Is things going good? Is things going bad? I think everything here is going good. Okay. So, my camera might not be able to pick this up, but you can still see the blue. And it just looks really pretty because it just looks like it fades into one another. Like an actual rainbow. Also, too, does anybody feel like my videos are boring? Do I bore y'all? I don't know. I just get the sudden urge sometimes to change up my videos. But I don't ever know what to do. So, we got that blended out. Now we can move on to the yellow. Taking the shade of B. Just the yellow shade in the palette. And I'm just going to apply this over the yellow. Or over the green. Not over the yellow. I'm going to go over the edge of the green. And again, if it overlaps, that's okay. I know I keep saying that, but I just feel like I have to in case you're following along with this at home and you're like, oh no, it's overlapping. When you blend, you can still see the color. Like, that's the idea. This is supposed to look like an actual rainbow, and rainbows fade into one another, so that's what this is supposed to do. And I'm just using light little stamping motions to do this with. Okay. Got the yellow. Now we're going to blend. This requires a lot of blending, but it's going to be very, very worth it. I think the last shade that we're going to go in with that method with is the orange. And then with the red, we're just going to pop that into the crease. Because I don't really see how I could do anything else. Or I could do anything else like that on my eye. Because my eye is very, very tiny. So I got to have some wiggle room. That if you have a big lid space, then maybe you can keep going around the edges. But I don't see how I'm going to be able to do that. Going into 518, that is just the orange shade in this palette. I believe that's his actual birthday, and that's why it's like the numbers like that. You already know what we're going to do. We're going to go around the edges of the yellow. Basically, what this is just going to do is just make the red a little bit softer when we apply that next. And I might be able to go around the edge of the orange, or the red with the orange, now that I'm looking at myself. But I'm loving the way that it's turning out. This is turning out so pretty. I was very, very nervous to do this. Like, I'm not even kidding y'all. Like, when I saw this, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that, but let me try. Okay. This takes concentration to stamp, but it's well worth it. It's well worth it for the outcome. I would have to say, though, the orange is not as smooth, I guess you could say. Like, my orange can be a little patchy to work with. I find that I have to build that one up. I also kind of made a boo-boo and went a little higher up on the side, but that's okay. At least I got it. So we're going to blend out that edge now and see where we go from here. as far as the red, like what do I want to do. Try not to make this look super, super muddy, because that's not the goal with this look. Now, if you have loose eye pigments, I think that would be really pretty and obviously more vibrant. But I don't have any loose eye pigments. What are some of y'all's favorites? Like, hands down, your favorite loose eye pigments. And maybe I'll check them out. Last shade, I'm taking the shade You're Kidding. It's just the red. And I think I'm going to be able to do around the edge. I don't think I'm going to have to use that brush. Or at least I'm going to try to go around the edge with this. So we shall see how this looks. And I might go a little bit above, so that way the red kind of sticks out a little bit. Oop. Get a little bit more product. This is very, very, very tedious, as you probably can tell. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you're watching this at home and you're thinking, oh God, that's a hot mess. Or maybe you're thinking that this is really cool. I think it's really cool. So, I'm going to keep doing it. But if you don't like it, that's okay. This isn't everybody's cup of tea. But I just kind of wanted to show you some really pretty rainbow looks. I'm going to be doing a cut crease over on my TikTok. I know I talk about TikTok a lot, but that's also where I post makeup videos. I think we're good. So we got the final steps of blending. So excited to see how this looks after I blend out the red. Okay, so like I said, the orange is supposed to help with the red to make it look a little bit less harsh. So we shall see. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. I love it. And I'm just kind of going in back and forth motions and circular motions. Now, truthfully for me, I think that each shade is popping. But I guess at this point, if you felt like with your blending, if it wasn't as popping or you wanted a shade to stand out a little bit more, then obviously you could go back over it at this point. But I really like the way that this looks. So I'm going to keep it. But if you don't like this, that's okay too. You don't have to. I did go a little bit higher with this eye. But I feel like we always have like that oops. And I'm just going to leave it. So, it's okay. I'm going to try to drag this up a little bit into the brow bone like that one. So that way they're symmetrical. Hope I'm saying that right. I have a hard time pronouncing certain things. But oh my gosh. I can't believe I did it. It's like really pretty. And it looks just like an actual rainbow. Like they all fade into one another. The red, the orange, the yellow, the green, the blue, and the purple. That's so pretty. So we're in the middle of a thunderstorm. So that's why everything kind of looks dark out my window. And that might be why you hear some rumbling. I can hear some rumbling. But if y'all can hear it, I'm really sorry. But I'm going to be using a new primer today. This is the Essence Prime Studio Hydrating Skin Refreshing Primer. This is supposed to provide 24-hour hydration, has coconut water and hyaluronic acid in it. And the claims are just, it gives your skin an extra kick of moisture with this highly hydrating primer. It's a lightweight formula. It's infused with the coconut water, the hyaluronic acid, and that is supposed to provide your skin with 24-hour hydration and helps with your skin to feel refreshed and regenerized all throughout the day. Pores are optically less visible and skin tone more even. Use alone or under foundation. So that's a lot of claims that we shall try this. Now, obviously, if you're going to be out in the heat and everything, I would recommend using a gripping primer as well. But I'm not going out today because the weather does not sound like it's great out there. But if you are going to be outside and in the heat and everything, I would really recommend using a gripping primer. I probably should have moved my hair out the way before I did this. But oh well. Kind of feels like lotion. And it looks like lotion too. Like, it looks just like a white lotion. But I'm going to apply this to my face. Just all over. Get that good hydration going. Doesn't smell like anything. So that's nice. My mom really likes this primer. And we were on Ulta not too long ago. She was just kind of like rebuying herself one. And she was just like, you need this primer. And I was like, I don't know. Because we typically don't like the same types of primers and stuff. But she was like, no, like, you really, really need this. Like, it's so good. I love it. Even though I have oily skin too. Like, it just kind of helps my face throughout the day. And it helps control my oil, which kind of makes sense because your face gets really oily because it's overcompensating the fact that it's lacking the moisture. So that actually feels really good. Again, it doesn't smell like anything. It doesn't have like a scent to it or anything. So I like that. I'm impressed. I'm also going to be pairing it with the Pretty Natural Hydrating Foundation. Now, this has been a holy grail of mine. I really like mine. I am in the shade 010 Cool Porcelain. They don't have the greatest shade selection of this online or in store. Like, their shade selection sucks. This is like the coolest and the lightest that the foundation goes in. And then ivory is literally like something for like medium skin tones. Their deeper shades are very non-existent. They do have one deep shade, but even that's not like super deep. So I really would not, I don't know. I like their products. I do like the foundation. I just had mixed feelings using the foundation since it's not very versatile to everybody. You could get like a few shades because it's only like $6, so you definitely can get some shades and make like your custom shade. That's what my mom has to do, but it's 2021. There's no reason why you can't be a little bit more bolder and a little bit more shade friendly in 2021. Like, come on, catch up. Now I'm going to be going into my Colourpop No Filter Concealer. I'm in the shade Affair 02. I just really like this concealer. And it looks like I'm actually running low, but I'm not. There's tons of product in the little container. You just kind of like have to wiggle the wand and get some out. But I really like the way that this hydrating foundation and the concealer feels on my skin. And as you all probably know, I have very, very oily skin. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's like a really good combo for me. Just because you're oily skin doesn't mean you can't enjoy like a good hydrating product. Like I mentioned earlier, your skin's really oily because it's overcompensating the fact that it lacks that moisture. Or at least that's what a skin specialist told me one time. And I just conceal in like my normal places, forehead, chin, that type of thing. And I always just bounce the sponge to blend out my products. But you can do whatever you want to do if you are watching this at home. Obviously you are. So yeah. But I just have been really enjoying just the summer and the weather, and being able to actually do things this summer is awesome. So I'm really happy about that. I'm really enjoying it, just laying by the pool in the afternoons and just kind of like laying out with friends and having friends over and stuff again. That's always really nice and fun. Everyone that I know is already vaccinated and completely vaccinated, had all their shots. So I think there's nothing obviously wrong with just getting together with people and having fun. If anything, we learned last year is that life is way too short to not have fun. You know, life is way too short to not do something that you enjoy doing and do what you enjoy. Well, I guess that's just it. I don't even know why I was about to repeat myself. Lordy, lordy. Alright, now that I have my concealer blended out, it's a good full coverage concealer, which is why I like that particular concealer. Now that I have that blended out, I'm going to go into my setting powder. This is just a Tarte. This is their Smooth Operator Finishing Clay Powder. I've actually not been using this that much. I've actually been reaching for my Essence powder. Essence has, like, really stepped up their game. Like, they're trying, okay? And I'm not gonna fault them for that because I know they're trying. I can tell with, like, the displays and stuff. I'm gonna use this little brush that I got off of eBay. I can tell that they're trying, so I'm not gonna be hard on them or anything like that because I can tell that they are trying their hardest to make their brand a little bit more known and to make their brand a little more out there. So I'm happy for them. I love that about them. They sent me a PR package way back in the early days of my YouTube channel, and for that I am extremely thankful. They reached out to me, but what's really weird is they have not sent me any more PR, so I don't know if they were disappointed in what I did with the products or what, but hey, I'm going to keep using them because I just really support them. I wish Tarte would send me a package. That would be really cool. I love Tarte. Alright, now we're going to go and finish up the rest of the eyes. I wish I had like a good gel liner or something so I could draw little clouds over here. That would be so cool, but I don't have one. So I'm just going to use my white eyeliner pencil and my waterline, but I really wish I had something that could draw like really good clouds. I would try this, but honestly I don't want to mess this up, so maybe I'll try after I film. And if I can draw like a really good cloud, then I'll do a video of me doing that. But for right now, I'm just going to do this because I don't want to mess up this look. But I do really wish like I had something that I could draw like a really good cloud with, because I think that would be really cool to do. But then again, I don't know though. That would be or not. I actually, one year, when I was young, I did face paintings at one of my cousin's birthday parties. And it really wasn't that hard because I just followed along with little stencils. Like, I didn't really have to do it all freehand. I just followed stencils, but it was actually fun. And I kept saying, like, I was going to get my own stuff and practice with it, but I never did. I'm going to go into the shade Air Kidding and pop that into the lower lash line. Lord, I hope the lights do not go out in the middle of me filming this video because that would be very bad and also very embarrassing. Like, to just be sitting here, I totally would still upload the video too. Like, if it did that, that would be uber duper funny. I like how I said uber duper, but like, seriously, I would do that. The last time we had a power outage, I said that I was going to do like a video where I do my makeup in the dark or do my makeup by candlelight. So I need to hush. I'll end up jinxing us. I need to zip it, Skippy. So my mom always says, like, girl, like, when someone's talking to me, you need to zip it, Skippy. I need to just zip it. some to the other side really quickly. And I really like the way that this eye look is turning out. With the lower lash line, I think this looks really, really pretty. I really, really do. I'm like so proud of myself for doing this. I know I've talked a lot about it, but I am like, Alright, now I'm going to go into my Makeup Revolution highlighter in the shade Set the Tone. And I'm just going to take that onto this inner corner highlight brush and highlight my inner corner. So I have decided that I'm going to just be cutting back again to 2 videos a week. It is getting to be a little bit too much to remember to do a video for Monday and Tuesday. So Monday and Tuesday videos will no longer be a thing. I am really bummed about that, but honestly, like I said, I just keep forgetting. Like, I just do. It's nothing major. It's just that I keep forgetting to do that. So just to subside that, I'm just going to not do it. So, yeah. And I like the way that little highlight. Now I'm going into my e.l.f. eyelash curler. Sorry about that. My brother had to come into my room for something. I guess that's a good thing that I had to cut because I was being super clumsy with my eyelash curler. And if you're not careful with them, they can hurt you. So be very, very cautious of these and just be careful. I actually have pinched myself many a times with my lash curler. My old one, oh my goodness, it was so funny. My mom was freaking out about it when I bought it because she was just like, I'm so worried that like you're going to cut yourself and you're going to have to get stitches because it happened to one of her friends. So she thought it would happen to me, but anyway, it didn't. I'm going to use this e.l.f. Wash It Loud mascara. It's kind of funny because someone recently commented on something of mine. They were just kind of like, I think your favorite makeup brand is e.l.f. And you, whoever you was, are correct. I love e.l.f. e.l.f. has really good, affordable products. I also have been really into Makeup Revolution. I've been really into, obviously Essence. I like a lot of drugstore brands. I don't really think that you need to spend a lot of money on makeup in order to look good. I think you can look really good with affordable makeup from the drugstore. I just don't think that you need to spend a ton of money. I mean, I do like high-end brands, but I just don't think that that's something that, like, you need to do, you know? So, I personally, for me, I like a lot of drugstore brands, but if you don't like that, that's okay. That is your given right to not like drugstore makeup or to only like high-end makeup. I think a lot of people, though, just have their preferences, and I think that they are entitled to those. So I'm really excited because we get to use some new lashes. I'm going to use my Ardell professional lashes. These are in the style Natural. And they're just 5 different little pairs of these. I picked these up at Target the other day. And I'm going to be using my Metal Wash applicator to apply them. And my Kiss Lash Adhesive Glue. It's just a brush tip. I'm going to be going into my Benefit Hoola bronzer. So see, I do use some high-end makeup products. And I actually really like this bronzer. This is one of my favorites. I'm just going to use my big old fluffy brush from Amazon to apply it. And I just kind of go into like the hollow of my cheek because that's how I was personally taught how to do bronzer, and this is how I like to do bronzer. I actually really like bronzer, and I use a little bit too much bronzer sometimes, but that's okay, you know? Like, I feel like as long as you know, like, how much of a product that you have and you're not buying too much and you're not using things that you already have, I feel like it's okay to, like, treat yourself and buy new makeup. So we do have to talk for a bit, though. So Colourpop had restocked their coconut bronzer that I had been wanting to try for a very, very long time. The problem was, at the time, I didn't have any extra money to place my Colourpop order, so I couldn't order it. So I pre-saved it to a cart, to a shopping cart. I went on there this morning, and the bronzer sold out. So I don't know when and if the Colourpop website will restock the Going Coconuts bronzer. I want the shade Coconut Beach, I think is what it's called, something like that. It's the lighter one. I don't know. It's been about a year or so since they even restocked like the full Going Coconuts and bronzer, not the bronzer, but just the general collection. So I really don't know like when and if they'll restock it. So I'm a little bummed about that. But, I mean, I'm going to be having, like, a full face of testing Colourpop products coming at y'all. It's just, the website is just really lacking at the moment. Like, a lot of stuff that I wanted to get is sold out. So, we might have to wait a little bit while on that video. I don't know. I might go ahead and test out that Colourpop foundation since I don't know when and if I'll be able to get those products, because it seems like they discontinue products without telling people or giving people a heads up that they are discontinuing something. So that's really bummish, but I just thought I would give you all that update about the Colourpop video. Now I'm going to be using my lovely Cookie Blusher in the shade Pink Grapefruit Jelly on the apples of my cheeks. And I'm just going to be using my little blush brush to apply it. And I need to wash my brushes really bad. But every time I try to wash my brushes, someone's in the kitchen doing something. And that's where I wash my brushes, because that's what's convenient for me. It's a little hard for me to reach the bathroom sink and everything. And so, yeah. But hopefully soon I can get these brushes washed up like I need to. Especially my eyeshadow brushes, because they're very, very dirty. Like, it's awful, like, how dirty they are. And I really don't like going this long without washing my brushes. But sometimes life just happens, you know. I like to do a little bit over the top of my nose now, just to kind of give my nose a little pizzazz, if you will. So now I'm going to go into highlighter, and I'm so excited for the highlighter today. I'm going to be using the Makeup Revolution Highlighter Reloaded in the shade It's Sad to Be Home. It's just a really pretty kind of white pearlescent highlighter, and I'm going to be applying that with this highlighter brush that I got off of Facebook Marketplace that someone got in their Etsy bag. That they had like, they already had one of these already or something, so they were like selling this one. I'm just going to do this on the high points of my face. Now, as you can tell, that highlighter is very, very intense. Like, you can see you coming from a mile away. And it's only like $7, which isn't bad. I got this off of the Makeup Revolution website, but you can get this off of Ulta. Target even has Makeup Revolution, so you can get that highlighter. It's just, it's not hard to find, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's just a really affordable highlighter, which is why I love it so much. Last but really not least, for the lips, I'm going to be using the Beauty Creations Velvet Stay Lip Paint in the shade Keep Calm. Alrighty, y'all, that is it for this little rainbow eye tutorial right here. I really hope that you all did enjoy this video. I had a lot of fun filming this for y'all. I love the way that these rainbow eyes turned out. I think they did turn out super, super pretty, and I like the lip combo with them too. If you did enjoy this video, then do two things for me before you leave. Number one, give this video a big thumbs up down below. It helps me out a ton. And number two, don't forget to hit that subscribe button while you're down there as well. I'm here for you with new videos every Thursdays and Saturdays at 6 or 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You can also give me a follow over on my social media handles as well. I'm active every single day on my TikTok, and I'm doing new looks on there every single day. So you can go check out there as well. I'm also posting a lot on my Instagram. So if you don't have TikTok, it's a great way to watch more beauty-related content from me as my Instagram, because I always upload on there as long as my Twitter. So yeah, I really do hope that you all did enjoy this video. I had a lot of fun creating this look, and I will see you all in Saturday's video. Bye, my little Hannah corn.